Have you guys ever played that game, One Word Story, where you and your friends each take turns saying a single word until eventually you form some kind of incoherent mess of a story? Well, this video is a little like that, but with comics. See, I've gathered 10 artists who I'm forcing to work together to make a comic. This comic will be 10 pages long, with each page being made by a different artist. The fun part is that there will be no communication between the artists whatsoever. So there is absolutely no predicting what this comic is going to be about, or if it's going to even end up making any sense by the end. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? With the first page of the comic.
There is an incredible amount of stakes for starting the first page of a comic. Very, very delicious, medium rare stakes. Especially when starting a story, you needed to have the thing that leaves questions unsolved in the air that makes someone want to continue reading. I knew I wanted some difference and contrast in their personalities, so I made one of their hairs super pointy and sharp while the other one's is round. I guess I did that for the outfits as well. One of them dresses up more, you could say, in season, while the other one is more casual. With that being said, I think it'd be super cool to have these two recognize one another in the middle of the street. At some point, they did know one another. What would that imply? What would that entail? Oh, I love it. As much as I wanted this cool, chaotic, colorful background that you saw me drawing right there, I remembered that this is the first page of the comic, and I think I needed to establish the environment a little bit more before I did that, so we'll leave someone else to do that. So first, a green apple girl sees a cat that she hasn't seen in ages, goes down to pet it, only to hear a distantly familiar voice call out her name. Her name is Kimberly, and the squid hair girl doesn't actually have a name yet, but I suppose we'll find out soon. Such a good opportunity it is to steer the first comic. This is my contribution to the first part, and I think it's a solid foundation for what comes next.
Now before we move on to the next page of the comic, let me tell you about today's sponsor, Milanote. What is Milanote, you ask? Well, I'd say it's like your own personal notes app, but on steroids. Milanote is an online canvas designed to help you plan, brainstorm, and collaborate on ideas. It's also a great place for organizing creative projects. For example, I'm using Milanote to help plan out this comic I'm making. You can see on my board here that I've organized everything that has been made for the comic so far. You know, instead of just having it all be a mess of files on my computer. You can see here that we have a section for concept art, character designs, and some layout preferences as well. I've even made some more boards here to organize each chapter so I can see exactly what stage of progress they're all at. I've got a mood board, I've also got a board for story notes, you know, all the boards I could possibly need to organize a comic. What I found really helpful is that you can essentially just put anything into a Milanote board, including stuff like images, text documents, and even videos, which made it really easy to see every part of the comic process in one place. You can honestly use Milanote for pretty much anything, whether that be to plan a trip, manage a creative project, or even just take regular notes, for example. It's very adaptable in what it's capable of. And if you don't know where to start, Milanote offers more than 100 built-in templates for you to use, some of my personal favorites being this world-building template and this character relationship template. These will definitely end up being helpful when it comes to planning my comic. One of the more unique features Milanote has is that you can invite people to collaborate on your boards with you. I mean, just look at what me and my friends were capable of when we worked on a board together.
You guys want to see my nuts?
Thank you, Sebs.
Oh, this is vandalization! This is vandalization! Why did you put pee on my feet? Get it off!
Get f***ing Goku out of here!
Holy this board is a f***ing mess. I mean, so organized. Wow, this is such a good
Oh my god, this is amazing.
Hey! Get me out of the stinkiest people you know! What the
No,
fuck?
I'm making a list. I'm making a list and you're going on it.
Adronic, what is this folder?
Oh my god, Adronic, what is that?
What is
that? What is that?
It's a little friend! It's
me! Oh my god.
You see that? Has organizing ever been so fun? Milanote is available for free with no time limit, so sign up for an account using the link in my description, and start getting creative today. And with all that out of the way, let's move on to the second artist of this video.
So I went next. As number 2, I had no idea what to do. Get it? I love rhyming. Since being second, I had to do something to push the story forward, and my mind was blank. But that was until I realized something. I had to do something about the cat. That cat gotta get out of here. We gotta make some changes in here. We gotta add some evil powder onto that cat. So I did classic foreshadowing that cat is pretty evil. That cat is bad. But besides that, I spent a lot of my time trying to replicate that art style, which wasn't too much of a challenge for me painting-wise, but the challenge for me really came in with the colors. But thanks to my lucky color picking tool, I got it all good. I did it. So cool. I'm epic. But yeah, this is my page, and I'm gonna pass it to the next person continuing this story.
Thank you, Frizz. You see what I did there? Hello friends, it's Light, and as the artist at page 3, I decided to go ahead and thicken the plot just a wee bit by making the vibes a little spooky. Bella the cat seems to secretly not be a good little kitty. Being gone since Kimberly was in high school, I figured maybe Bella may have had some secret journey our characters may be unaware of, maybe plotting something of her own. Since Bella was a white cat, I thought why not take it up a little bit and make her a ghost cat. I also decided to name our newest character River based on the bit of the blue in their hair. It seems like with the 3 characters that we have, for all of them it's their first time reuniting with one another after a long while. Now, if you're familiar with my art at all, my art style is kind of like the opposite of the one that's used for this comic. Black line art, cel shaded, saturated colors, so working on this comic was a huge struggle. Painting I feel was never my strong suit, so Orb definitely set a bit of a challenge, but it was one I was willing to take. And for somebody who isn't particularly skilled with painting, I don't think I did too bad of a job. Hopefully the next artist won't struggle as much as I did. I wonder who wants to go next.
Hi, I'm Cozzii, and we are now 4 pages in, which means it's time to add in some drama. At this point, we've gotten to know the characters, gotten some foreshadowing, and build up the spook factor. And then, so I feel like the next step would be delving into the quote-unquote villain and building up some sort of climax to the story. Who is this cat? How can it disappear so suddenly? And why is it suspiciously orb-shaped? After some brainstorming, I decided to place a cat teleporting into different spots, looming over the characters as it does its evil monologue, before finally going in for the attack. My idea was that maybe the cat is a shape-shifting demon who drains the lifespans of other beings to live longer itself. But I kept that pretty vague in the dialogue, so really the story could go anywhere still. Maybe it'll be interpreted as a ghoul cat? I did a little audio recording whilst I was drawing this actually, so why don't we take a listen to that?
I don't want to draw anymore, please. It's 4 AM, my hands are...
I love watching creatives at work. I might have, sort of, maybe, accidentally, drawn for 12 hours straight to meet my own deadline. But that's because this was meant to be a simple comic. I did not follow that instruction. I can't help it, okay? I got too excited and it ended up being so detailed and it looks cool, but it doesn't match the style of the previous pages as well, and I'm sorry, don't yell at me. Let's just say I wish the next artist good luck in imitating this style. Cozzii out.
Yo, yo, yo. Konnichi's up, guys. My name is David, the Dabster, you know, the one and only. And I'm in charge of the 5th page. The 5th page of this gracious comic. So, let's hop to it. Leading up to this page, all the panels showed that the cat was gonna be a monster, evil, turned into like a little goopy device thing. So, I decided that I was gonna make him even more of a yokai, a little monster that will terrorize everybody. My design was really yokai inspired, and I wanted to have both our main characters look terrified. Considering that Orb's style is really, well, messy and painterly, I was struggling a lot with just that. That whole aspect of Orb's style was really hard for me. I had to mostly focus on form instead of actually using my lines or any sketching. Even though I could, I felt that it was more faster and gave it much of a better approach to, well, Orb's entire style. Just relying on form and not really on lines and much like technique, quote unquote. Finally, on speech bubbles, it was pretty self-explanatory. Everybody had these fancy speech bubbles, so I wanted the demon cat to also have one. So, after that, finally, my comic page is done. Page 5 is already done. Now, let's see what the next person does.
Alrighty. So, for my section of the speed paint, let's just go ahead and start it. Alright, okay. Alright, there. I put some lines, as you can see. Some shapes. That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Oh, would you look at that? I continue putting lines down. I'm not sure how productive that is, but I just keep doing it. Alright. Well, it looks like I draw 2 characters here. That's pretty smart. Oh, would you look at that? I'm still drawing. That's pretty cool. What? Wait, what the heck is that? No, behind me, in the back of the screen. That's weird. That's weird. Oh my god, I love Minecraft. It's so much fun to play. Oh, what the heck is that game? No, just stay focused, stay focused. Look at the drawing. Look at the drawing. Look at that, there's colors. Colors are appearing. Huh? Okay. Don't worry. Look, lightning. What the heck is going on? Okay, I can't be the only one seeing that right now. Huh?
Hello, Derry.
Hello.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to listen real quick. So, during the Trojan War, Odysseus is represented as one of the most influential Greek champions during the Trojan War in Homer's account, along with Nestor and Idomeneus,
looks like the
as
comic's
he's one of the
almost
most
done.
trusted counselors and advisors.
Hello, I'm Guqqie, and I was in charge of doing page 7 of this lovely comic. This style is so nice, and I really tried to mimic it as best as I could. It's very different to my normal style, but I went in with thick liner. I did the little guys. I wanted to make it gay. I'm sorry. I had the image in my head because Kim was running away, and I was like, I'm gonna make her grab her hand and be like, no, don't do it, don't sacrifice yourself, kind of thing. And I think I got I got the gist going. I did the liner twice because I realized it wasn't close enough to the actual style. So here's me redoing the liner. I like how the liner turned out. I think I got close enough to the style. I think so. Let me know if I did. That hand, I'm so proud of that hand. Oh my goodness, the hand grab. I feel I'm so happy with that hand. The hands are so hard to draw, guys. Oh my god, okay. The colors I struggled with as well. I wasn't sure of how River looked because I didn't look at any previous pages other than the one that I was given. I wasn't sure if I was allowed to. I could have asked. I didn't. I'm a ball of anxiety, so I didn't want to seem stupid, guys. I didn't want to, okay? So I'm dealing with the consequences of my actions, okay? And we're gonna deal with it. But yeah, here is the page. It's getting to the end now. I'm revealing it. Bam! Here's the page. I hope you like it, and good luck to whoever has page 8.
Good morning, valued viewers. It's your best friend Null here, coming at you live with a throat infection. I was actually added in fairly last minute to the collab, so I was thrown for a loop when I saw how the plot was progressing. I started out just sketching the characters because I wanted to get a good feel for drawing them. In the spirit of simplicity, I decided to forego trying to do any hardcore planning beforehand, and I just got into the program and started drawing to see where I would go. I take a lot of pride in my expressions, so looking back, it makes a lot of sense that most of my drawing was just close-up of their faces and the big dramatic emotions they were feeling. I do wish I could have gotten a bit more playful with the perspective, but we're all learning here. For the actual blocking and the flow, there wasn't too much thought aside for the cat. I don't know what other people are calling it, I'm just gonna call him the big cat. I really like the idea of the girls themselves staying framed in the paneling boxes, but the cat, being this big elder toy that it is, it can sort of break the foundation, you could say. He's not really confined to any boxes, not confined to any panels. He just moves around the space however he wants. It was kind of like trying to convey what a scary monster he is. So after I got my lines down and I got into the colors, and that was so much fun. I'm honestly a little heartbroken that the fat folds on the cat's neck, it got covered up by the flames, but I had so much fun doing that painterly rendering style. To end this off, I'll let you in on a little secret. I actually didn't read the last panel of the comic before making mine. I thought I was going number 7, I was going number 8, so I missed an entire panel of dialogue. I had to make a quick pivot and change around my dialogue to make it sound better. Pray that I feel better soon. Thank you, and I'm gonna hand y'all off to Oliver. Kisses.
I was super excited to be part of this collab. I must admit something though, I've never really made a comic before, at least one that I'm proud of. Null did a really good job at setting up this big climax to like the mini story that we're doing, with Bella asking the deep question to Kim. I wanted to kind of emulate the effect of Bella saying that essentially she was useless until this exact moment, with Kim saying might as well, as if she has nothing to lose. But poor River might lose their lesbian lover. I really enjoyed drawing the big looming cat. I tried drawing her like the typical evil anime smile, if that makes sense, with like the really like deadpan eye. Well, you know, you can see the thing. Either way. I think I did this because I've been rewatching a lot of Death Note recently. So, yeah. Anywho, this is how my portion of the comic came out. I hope you enjoy it. On to Skynix.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you all, I was actually excited to go last. I knew exactly how I wanted to end this story. And before you ask, yes, it's going to be a sad ending. Sorry Orb, but your OCs will most certainly not be living a happily ever after once I'm done with them. The previous pages had set up this conflict where this big old cat demon wanted to eat both our main characters. But Kimberly, the selfless person that she is, decides to sacrifice herself to the cat demon in order to save her friend from being eaten. Now, the obvious way I could have gone about ending this story would have just been to have the cat demon eat Kim and leave River traumatized for life. But even though I said I wanted a sad ending, I did still want to avoid killing off any of the main characters if I could. So I found myself a loophole. If you remember at the start of the comic, Kimberly was able to see the ghost kitty when River could not. That's right folks, we're doing a callback. I made it so that the cat demon realizes this and comes to the conclusion that Kimberly has a gift for the mystic arts, even if she doesn't realize it yet. I mean, how else could she see an invisible demon thing? She's a witch! I tell you, a witch! A witch! This, of course, makes the cat demon reconsider eating her, and instead it offers to make a deal with Kim. In exchange for promising not to harm River, the cat demon wants Kim to voluntarily offer up her body for the cat demon to possess, so it can use her mystic talents for itself. Kim, of course, agrees to this deal, and the cat demon begins to possess her. Before she loses herself to the cat demon's will, she turns to River, jokingly teasing her for being a crybaby, and then says a final farewell. And just before she loses all control, in her very last moments of still being herself, she confesses her love for River. And the comic ends. Yeah, I wasn't kidding when I said it was going to be a sad ending. Hopefully Orb isn't too mad at me for traumatizing my characters. But hey, I think overall this comic turned out great. So great in fact that I think you should all get to experience it in its full glory with a custom dubbing of the comic made by us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Oh my god, Bella! I haven't seen you since high school. You've been eating well, haven't you? I can't believe you're still...
Kim? Is that you, Kimberly? It is! How have you been?
I've been good.
It's been so long. I don't even know what to say.
Well, tell me about your new school. I'm sure you've made a bunch of new friends already. Oh, hey River. Remember the kitty we used to play with together as kids? Look, she just appeared out of nowhere. She looks exactly the same.
Kimberly, are you messing with me? There's nothing there.
What are you talking about? She's right there?
Humans. So easy to lure. They say a cat has 9 lives, but I've lived much more. It's about time I replenish myself again. Humans! Tell me now! What do you consider good food? Personally, I find humans as good food.
What do we do? What can we even do?
Bella, you've grown so big.
And I shall grow even mightier after I feasted on you two.
Just me, Bella.
Kim, what are you?
Take me and leave River alone. I've done nothing but hurt everyone around me. At least this way I can help you, Bella.
Stop, Kim! I can't just let you sacrifice yourself to be that cat demon thing's food. You mean too much to me.
River.
Wait, Kim! What are you doing? Her? You've never done anything except...
Finally decided to do something meaningful with your life?
I might as well.
No!
What's this? You aren't afraid? I'm impressed, child. Not only that, but you can see me in my ghost form. Clearly, you are gifted in the mystic arts, even if you don't realize it yet. Perhaps you'll be wasting this food. Tell you what, let's make a deal. Allow me to possess your body and use it as my own. And I'll promise not to hurt your friend back there.
It's a deal.
Excellent.
Look at you. Always such a crybaby. I guess this is the last time we'll be seeing each other, huh? Goodbye, River. I love you.